Third race today on opening day is the Megan Samantha Rice Memorial Race. A lot of you may have seen an episode on CBS, an undercover boss episode that was very popular. We saw Kenny Rice there, and we also saw Bill Carstanjen. He was the undercover boss that day, went undercover a lot here at Arlington. Now, was that experience what you were expecting it to be, and how has maybe some of the things that you learned about the backside and the valets maybe change things now? Has that experience carried on to today?
Well, it was more than I ever hoped for to go on this undercover journey. This is actually the first track that I ever came to. I came as a fan years and years ago with my wife's family. So for me, it was fun to go back to just being part of the crowd and get a chance to see how everybody works together, all the passion, all the enthusiasm, all the commitment that people have to making the show here. So for me, it was great to go back to that. It brought me back. I got to meet a lot of great people like Kenny.
You did. You got to work with people like our bugler, Gene Lawrence, for instance, and Kenny Rice, our valet. So what did you learn about maybe being a valet, and how was it to work with Kenny?
Well, first, I learned that I will never be a bugler. My opportunities as a valet are a little bit better, but not much. Kenny's an amazing guy. How he gets all this work done in between races, I'll never know, but he took pity on me, let me hang out with him for the day, and he helped me the best he could. I needed a lot of work.
It really is one of the positions at the track that's very tough that people don't really know about. Now, on that episode of Undercover Boss, when you were working with Kenny Rice, you made a very special promise to him, and that's why we're all here today. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I was blown away by Kenny's enthusiasm for life and for his job, and for everybody here that's a part of the Arlington Park community. So after spending a day and a half working with Kenny and seeing the face that Kenny puts on, the enthusiasm he puts on, I was really blown away and devastated to learn about the family tragedy he'd been dealing with, the loss of his daughter, Megan. So for us, I think it was important for the entire Arlington Park family to come up with a way to honor Kenny and his family and Megan, and just say thank you for all that he does for Arlington Park and for Churchill Downs.
And Kenny's one of our most popular valets here. So Kenny, now we're going to talk to you. A very special race coming up, the Megan Samantha Rice Memorial Race. For those of us who never got the chance to meet Megan, what can you tell us about her?
She was here with me all the time since she was a little baby. She loved the horses. Most of the time when I was working, she was in the barn giving them candies and carrots and, you know, just hanging out in the barn and coming up here. And she hung him out in Mr. Thayer's office quite a bit, so he knew her quite well. And when she passed away, Mr. Thayer, took it in his own hands and gave her a great funeral. And said she was buried right, and she's having a special day today. And she's watching. She's here.
She had some hopes of being a jockey, right?
She wanted to learn. I was going to teach her. She wanted to be a rider. She liked Inez. She worshipped Inez. And, you know, she thought she was the greatest. And she always grew up, you know, and hung out in Inez's room a little bit, too. And her sisters were here quite a bit with her. They're right behind me, Brianna and Noelle. They were with Megan. They come to the racetrack quite a bit with me. And everybody loved the horses. And, you know, I mean, this is her day, and Bill promised it. She'd have her special day, and it means a lot. It's very special to see all these people, you know, coming out and remember Megan. You know, and a lot of people that really knew her personally says, you know, I had the privilege of knowing her personally. She was a great kid. Great kid.
Now, we can't see her, but we know that she's here with us today. How do you think Megan would feel about today?
She's smiling. Oh, yeah. She loved attention. She loved to make people happy and smile, and she loved the attention, and she ain't missing this for nothing.
Oh, she's getting a lot of attention today. Thank you, Kenny and Bill Carstanjen. We are getting ready to run the Megan Samantha Rice Memorial Race here at Arlington Park.